This is the second part of a Level 1 Functional Skills Maths paper from NCFE. In this part you can use a calculator. Activity 2, Hens and Eggs. Sadie wants to keep hens in a garden. She finds this information about some different types of hens. Calculate the range in the numbers of eggs per year. So range is the difference between the highest and the lowest number. So the highest here is 280 and the lowest is 120. So 280, take away 120, that gives us 160. And that's the range. Sadie sees these hen houses. Which hen house will be cheaper after the discount? Show how you decide. So we've got the Majestic, which normally costs £605, but there is a 30% discount. And we've got the Classic, which normally costs £636, and there is a discount of 1/3 off the price. Let's start with the Majestic. So £605. We can use a calculator here. So we could do 30%, which is 30 out of 100 of £605. So plugging this into the calculator gives us 181.5. Now that's the discount. We need to take it away from 605 to work out the price, the discounted price. So 605, take away 181.5, gives us 423.5, which in terms of money is £423.50. So let's look at the Classic. 1/3 of 636. We could do 636 divided by 3, and that is going to give us 212. So that's the discount. So we'll do 636 now, take away 212, and that leaves us with 424. Now comparing these two amounts, which one is cheaper? £423.50 is cheaper. So we're going to go for the Majestic. Which is £423.50. Sadie wants to put fencing around an area of grass where the hens can run about safely. She has 22 meters of fencing. She reads that the minimum area for each hen to run about safely is 1.5 square meters. Sadie decides to make a square area of grass. What is the greatest number of hens she could keep? So it's gonna be a square. So that means these sides will be of equal length. And she has 22 meters of fencing. So this plus this plus this plus this should equal 22. So 22 divided by 4 gives us 5.5 meters. So this is 5.5 meters, this is 5.5 meters, this is 5.5, and this is 5.5. Now one hen needs 1.5 square meters, but how many square meters are there in total in this square area? So we're going to do 5.5 times 5.5, which gives us 30.25. So that's in total the area. I'm going to divide it by 1.5 to see how many hens could fit. So 30.25 divided by 1.5 gives us 20.166 recurring. So do I go down to 20 or up to 21? I'll go down to 20, and the reason being that if you go up to 21 there wouldn't be enough space to fit in 21 hens. And also this says that the minimum area for each hen is 1.5, so anything more wouldn't cause any harm. So 20 hens would be the answer. Sadie buys 10 hens. She reads that if the mean number of eggs per hen per year is 250 or more, then the hens are happy and healthy. Sadie records how many eggs per 10 hens lay in the first 6 weeks. The table shows her results. Using these figures, Sadie thinks that her hens are happy and healthy. Is Sadie correct? Show how you decide. There are many ways you could sort this out in, but I'm going to pick one which I think is probably one of the easiest methods to use in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of these numbers together. So 46, add 48, add 55, add 43, add 52, add 53, which gives us 297. This is how many eggs the 10 hens lay in the first 6 weeks. So if I want to work this out for one hen, because 250 is for one hen, so I'm going to do 297 divided by 10, and that gives me 29.7 eggs for 6 weeks. So I'll divide this by 6 to get it for 1 week. So then I can multiply by 52 weeks to get for a full year. So this is 4.95. So now I'm going to multiply it by 52 weeks. And it is 257.4 eggs per hen per year. So comparing this to 250, that shows that Sadie is correct. So yes, 257.4 eggs. In a recent report, it was estimated that 750,000 people keep hens. Write 750,000 in words. So 750,000. 53% of eggs produced in the UK in 2018 were free range. Write 53% as a fraction. So 53%, as I said, percent means out of 100. So 53 out of 100. 53 hundredths. And that's the fraction. Activity 3, decorating. Chester is decorating some of the rooms in his house. He needs to know the area of a window. The window measures 3 meters wide and 1.75 meters high. Round 1.75 to the nearest whole number and use this value to estimate the answer to 3 times 1.75. So to the nearest whole number. Is 1.75 closer to 1 or to 2? It is to 2. Just think of money. If you had £1.75, that would be closer to £2. So 2. And then we're going to use this to estimate the answer to 3 times 1.75. So we're going to do 3 times 2, which gives us 6. Chester makes the scale plan of one of the rooms. What is the actual length of the longest wall in meters? So which one is the longest wall? This one seems to be the longest wall, and you can always check by counting the squares. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares long. Now it says here that 1 square is equal to 50 centimeters. So if this is 50 and this is 50, that would be 1 meter. That would be another meter, so 2 meters, 3 meters, 4.5. So 4.5 meters. In a different room, one of the walls is 2.7 meters long and 2.2 meters high. Chester wants to put wallpaper on this wall. He uses wallpaper that is 0.5 meters wide and 12.1 meters long. Chester will hang the wallpaper vertically with no overlaps. Each piece will go from ceiling to floor with no joins. How many rolls of wallpaper will Chester need to buy? So he will hang the paper vertically. So it's going to go like this. So that would be 1 strip in there. And the width of it is 0.5 meters, so half a meter. Now, this total length is 2.7 meters. So how many half meters would fit in there? So there we have 1, and another one would make 1 meter. 1.5, 2, 2.5, and this is close to 3 meters. So we're looking at 6 strips like this. Now, each of these is 2.2 meters long. 1 roll is 12.1 meters. So is this enough? Let's see. So 2.2 meters for each of these strips. We said 6 of them. So 2.2 times 6. That gives us 13.2 meters. This is only 12.1, so 1 will not be enough. So we need 2 rolls. Chester will paint the other walls and the ceiling. He finds the color he likes in 2 different sizes, so 700 milliliters and 1.5 liters. Chester thinks the larger tin is better value for money. Is Chester correct? show how you decide. Again, there are many different ways to work this out. I'm going to stick to one method which I think would probably be one of the easiest. So 1.5 liters, that is 1,500 milliliters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out how many of these do I need to fit into 1,500 milliliters. So they would have one lot of it, which is 700 milliliters, and another, and that would make 1,400. And then I need 100 milliliters. So 700 milliliters cost £10 and 15 pence. Again, another £10 and 15 pence. What about 100 milliliters? So to work that out, I'm going to do 10.15 divided by 7. Which is 1.45. So adding all of these together gives us £21 and 75 pence, which is more expensive than £21 and 21 pence. So the larger tin is better value for money. So Chester is correct. So I'm going to say yes, and then put £21 75 pence. Chester is going to lay tiles on the floor. He wants to lay them at an angle. He marks the angles on the tile before he cuts it, as shown below. What is the angle he has marked? So we'll measure the angle. With a normal protection, you'd start from 0. This is slightly different. So about 55 degrees. Chester needs 240 tiles. He buys 10% more tiles in case some of the tiles break. He cuts 3/8 of the tiles he buys. How many tiles does he cut? So he needs 240 tiles. He's going to buy 10% more. So 10% of 240, you can easily work it out in your head. So 240 divided by 10, that means knocking off a 0, that'd be 24. So 240, if you add the 24, that is going to give us 264 tiles. So he's going to cut 3/8 of the tiles that he buys. So 1, 2, 3. So 264, we divided by 8 first to get one of these slices, or 1/8, which gives us 33. So each of 3 parts is equal to 33, to give you an idea. We're looking at 3 of them, so 33 and 33 and 33. So 33 times 3 gives us 99. So he cuts 99 tiles. Chester buys a pack of sandpaper sheets with a mixture of grades. The pack contains 12 coarse grade, 7 medium grade and 1 fine grade sheets. Chester takes 1 sheet out of random. What's the probability that the sheet Chester picks is medium grade? Mark the probability on the scale below. So how many are there in total? So 12 and 7, that is 19, and 1, that is 20. So 20 in total. How many of them are medium grade? Because that's what we're focusing on. It's 7 of them. So 7/20. And we've got 10 divisions here on the scale. So out of 10, how many would that be? So we've halved 20 to get 10. If we halve 7, that's going to give us 3.5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3.5. So here is the point. Football. Every year, Shaz arranges a football tournament to raise money for charity. Last year, she raised £175. This year, her target is to raise 25% more than last year. What is £175 increased by 25%? 25% is a quarter. So what I'm going to do is 175 divided by 4 to get a quarter. And that gives us 43.75. So that's how much 175 will be increased by. So I'm going to go now 175, add 43.75, which gives us 218.75. So £218.75. Shaz will share the money she raises between 3 charities. She gives a local hospice 2/5 of the money. She gives Save the Children a quarter of the money. She gives Age Concern 7/20 of the money. Which charity will get the most money? Show how you decide. Again, here you can use different methods to work this out. You could use equivalent fractions, so get all the fractions to have the same denominator, and then you can compare the fractions. But 20 would be a good denominator in here. Or we could just divide the top numbers by the bottom numbers, the numerators by the denominators, and I'll show you what I mean. So 2/5 is 2 out of 5. So to get a decimal, we do 2 divided by 5, and that gives us 0.4. 1/4, 1 divided by 4, that is 0.25. 7/20, that is 0.35. So comparing these, I can add a 0 here to make our life easier. This is the same as 40%. Just think of 40 pence in a pound, so that is 40%. This is 25%, and this is 35%. Which one is higher? Is the top one. So the local hospice will get more money. That is 2/5. Before the first match starts, the perimeter of the football pitch needs to be marked out. Calculate the perimeter of the pitch. So perimeter is the rim going outside. So we'd need to add this and this and this and this side. So this one will be the same as this one here, 18 meters, and this one same as this side here, 38 meters. So we're going to add 18 and 38 and 18 and 38, which gives us 112 meters, because we've used meters throughout. Shaz needs to mark out the center spot of the rectangular football pitch. She uses the lines of symmetry and marks where they meet. Draw the lines of symmetry on the diagram below. So we'll use a ruler to find the midpoint. With your normal rulers, this is much easier to do. So let me just count these as centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. So I'm going to have to stop at 6 1/4. So 3, 4, 5, 6 1/4. So that should be the point. And the same thing on the other side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/4. Let's repeat this on the other side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to stop at 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the center spot will be here. There will be 6 matches in total. Each match lasts 20 minutes. There is a 5-minute gap between each match. Shaz wants to have the last match finish at 14:10. what time should you start the first match? So we're going to go backwards. Let's start from 14:10. So if the last match finishes at that time and it lasts 20 minutes, so 10 minutes is going to go to 2 o'clock or 14, and then another 10 minutes and it's going to go to 13:50. So there is one match. Then there will be a 5-minute break. So 5 minutes, and this goes to 13:45. Okay, and then 20 minutes for another match. So taking away 20 from the 45, that gives us 13:25. 5-minute break, and that goes to 13:20. Another match of 20 minutes. So that goes to 13 o'clock, so 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we have 5 minutes, which takes this to 12:55. Another match, and this goes to 12:35. So taking away 20. Another 5-minute break, and that is then 12:30. Another match, and this goes to 12:10. We've got 5 matches so far, so last one. So 5 minutes, and this goes to 12:05. Now 20 more minutes. So if I take away 5 minutes first, this is going to go to 12 o'clock, and then another 15 minutes, and it goes to 11:45. So the first match should start at 11:45. Could have also added all the durations of the matches, so 6 matches, 20 minutes each, it's 120 minutes, and also add the 5-minute gaps, so 5-minute gaps, and add the total, and then take it away from the end time, whichever you prefer. These are the scores of the football matches. Teams get 2 points if they win, 1 point each if they draw, when both teams score the same, 0 points if they lose. Complete the table below. Let's have a look. So match 1, Team A scores with Team B 4-5. So in this match, Team A lost, so they get 0 points, whereas Team B won, so they get 2 points. Match 2, we've got Team C against Team D. Team C won, so they get 2 points, and D lost, so they get 0. In match 3, we've got a draw, so 1 point each team, as it says here. And then we've got match 4, B won, so 2 points, and D lost, so 0. Match 5, D won, and A lost. Match 6, C won, and B lost. Now let's just add all the points together. So team A, they got 0 and 1, that is 1, and 0, that is 1. So 1 point in total for team A. Team B, they've got 2 points and another 2, that's 4, and 0, that's still 4. Team C, they got 2 and 2, 4, and 1, 5. Team D, they got 0, 0, 2. So that is 2 points in total. Now we can put them in the table. In the first position, with the highest number of points, is Team C, because they have 5 points. Second is Team B with 4 points. Third is Team D with 2 points, and then Team A with 1 point. Shaz buys drinks for the players and spectators. Each of the 4 teams will have 6 players. She estimates there will be 50 spectators in total. Shaz allows 1.2 litres of drink per player and 300 millilitres of drink per spectator. The drink is sold in 2.5 litre bottles. How many bottles will Shaz need to buy? So, how many people do we have in total? First of all, that is 50 spectators, and 4 times 6, that is 24 players. Right, sure. So she's buying different amounts for players. So let's deal with the players first. 24 players, and she's getting 1.2 litres per player. So we're going to do 24 times 1.2, which is 28.8 litres. And for the spectators, there are 50 of them. And she's getting 300 millilitres. In terms of litres, that would be 0.3. So divided by 1,000, because there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, which gives us 15 litres. So in total, there would be 43.8 litres. Now one bottle holds 2.5 litres, so 43.8 divided by 2.5 gives us 17.52 bottles, which of course we're going to have to round up because you can't get part of a bottle and you can't leave out that 0.52 either. So we're going to go for 18 bottles. And this is the end of the paper.